specialist guest telling us things we don't know about, telling us things we have never done, things we have never seen and will never do. They're specialist guests telling us things we don't know about, telling us things we have never done, things we have never seen and will never do. They're specialist guests telling us things we don't know about, telling us things we have never done, things we have never seen and will never do. Talk in your ear and tell you all the things that I've done, baby girl, baby girl. Let me talk in your ear and tell you all the things I've achieved.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
What?
Nothing. I haven't got anything to say.
Oh, really? I sensed that from your text. You tired?
Yeah.
You look shattered.
Oh, thanks. I can't hardly open my eyes.
You had a bad night's sleep.
No, not really. Don't know. Yeah, a little bit. Don't know.
Right.
I'll go home. I am home. So we're talking to. Have you seen the person's Instagram?
I just sent you a message.
No, I haven't had an argument.
Oh, right.
There was a phase, wasn't there? Where do you remember
Yeah.
when we were working?
There was a load of it.
No, well, I didn't mean that. I meant like it'd be like every 2 months, about every 6 weeks, I'd text you. You ready to start working? And I wouldn't hear anything back, so I'd text you, and you go, I'd say having a Barney. Then there'd be another like 2 minutes.
I think because we were working loads,
Yeah.
probably. Anyway,
Yeah.
So today we've got.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't have that anymore. Anyway,
No.
what that was about? Yeah, we were doing really long hours, weren't we?
Anyway, today we've got a.
And so we get the Barney app.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
No, you carry on.
No, I don't want to talk.
Today we've got a Wingwalker
Yeah.
on the episode. When I didn't know what a Wingwalker was, and then
No, I was
obviously,
going to say you didn't know, did you?
well, I did.
So, yeah.
I mean, I was like, oh, it's literally a Wingwalker. So a Wingwalker is someone who stands on a plane wing.
While it's flying, yeah.
I had to look at her Instagram.
Yes.
It's fucking.
Exactly why I said.
What do you want to know?
Why the hell you do it?
Yeah, my thing is, well, that, and I sort of know because it'll be a buzz. But how do you, like, if you said, I really fancy doing that, like, who would you email?
How'd you get into wingwalking? I said to Petra.
God, that's nuts.
I did think, if that doesn't terrify you, that looks like a good job, because you go all around the world and you stand on top of a plane, which, if that doesn't terrify you, is pretty good, right?
How dangerous is it? I'd love to know what it's like going through a cloud.
Well, yeah. It's got, right, there's probably loads and loads of, like, safety measures, but it's still essentially in the air and a plane, and that's not good, is it? I shouldn't talk to her, I guess.
Why?
Because I just said, it can't be that, because it's probably safe and all that.
Oh,
but,
one of us should do it for the pod.
well, I was talking to Petra about it. I said,
What?
I was trying to email her to say, can you offer to take David up and be quite forceful? But I left it too late. And Petra's like, the email isn't direct to her, it's to the company, so they'll have to. I was like, because it's sort of
if she was forceful, it'd make me back off. I'd think, oh, you're being weird. I'm not getting on your wing.
Also, but it's in Gloucestershire, which isn't that far from you.
Stroud.
Yes, it's not far from you. I'd fucking love to see you on the top. Look, you know the one where she's got her foot behind her head. I'd love to see you going at 60 miles an hour through the air with your left.
Say if we did one episode, it's called David Does Wing Walking. How many listens would it? How many listens would it get?
I think
bet
it'd
it wouldn't
break
get
the
that many.
I'd hope it would get a few because you'd be absolutely terrified.
I reckon you get an extra, I don't know, 10% listening.
Do you ever play the game How Much? Like me and Petra play a game How Much To? Oh, Kirsten's here, I think. But how much to go or do that?
That's a good go.
Hello.
Bloody hell, I thought you were doing it now.
I thought you were in a plane.
I am.
Hello.
Hi, you guys okay?
Pull my mic out.
Oh my God, I genuinely thought you were going to be flying a plane and we were going to be chatting with you as you climb onto the wing. I thought, oh my God.
That would have been really loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good, but it looked amazing. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you guys?
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this
God,
is
just seeing you now in your uniform, and I'm like, I can't believe you do this.
This was basically just a huge excuse for me to just sit in my living room and wear this suit.
Oh, really?
Right.
Did you make
You don't go to Morrison's in it or anything.
Sometimes I do. It's great when I get to go and fill my car up after work, and I've been at a show and I'm wearing this ridiculous hat suit. It's quite hilarious with some of the looks I get.
God, I can't believe you do this.
Yeah, we David were just. I was about to ask David how much he would have to be paid to wingwalk, because I don't think there's any money. I'm quite scared of heights. Yeah,
Hey, it is
the
the
thought of it makes me
funnest
anxious.
thing ever. It's
Hang
so
on a
much
minute.
fun.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, it looks the opposite of fun to me. To be honest with you,
It is. It's brilliant. And to be honest, I mean, I know this sounds completely ludicrous because this is my full-time job, but I don't particularly like heights. If you put me on top of a tall building, I kind of got buckly knees. This doesn't feel like. I think you don't have the point of reference. It doesn't feel high up.
Funny enough, I developed a fear of heights when I unfortunately went up the Twin Towers, where before it obviously.
Did you? You haven't told me that.
No, I was about the year before it went. Unfortunately, got bombed. I was up there, and I never had a fear of heights. And the other tower is quite close. Yeah, obviously, it's sort of just 100 foot away, and it makes it real.
Yeah.
You suddenly go, oh my God, there's something there, and you can just see the other building, and it's real. And I suddenly went, and I basically threw myself back and against the wall. I was like, I'm getting out of here.
I'm getting out.
Yeah. Well, you don't really have any other reference other than the fact there's another aeroplane like right next to you, but yeah, it's a weird perspective. It's not the same kind of scary heights. Building.
How did you get in? Where are you? Are you in Stroud? Is it Stroud?
Yeah, I'm from Stroud.
Right.
But we're based in Cirencester, which is like half an hour from Stroud. Yeah.
And how did you get into this?
Quite convenient, in fact, the fact that the world's only professional formation wingwalking team is 30 minutes down the road.
Are you the only one in the world? And I love the fact I love the idea of you going up and go, I want to be a wingwalker, and you go, the chances of that.
Well, I was going to say, it's so rare that in my cul-de-sac, out of the 9 houses, like only Daphne
a wingwalker
and Trevor are wingwalkers. But who else is a wing? There can't be anyone else in the country who's a wingwalker.
Yeah, well, there's myself, and in the UK, so yeah, we're the only professional formation team in the world. So me, Emma, and Libby are the wingwalkers on the team, and there's a couple of solo acts in America, and there's Danny in Switzerland, but they don't do the same kind of act as we do, which is a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah,
how did you get into it?
Yeah.
At what age did you go, right?
Time to grow up.
Oh my God! If you were my daughter,
yeah, my mum
just
hates
suddenly
me.
thought I wouldn't have allowed you. I said no. You're not doing. You're not wingwalk.
Oh yeah, I watched a documentary about a guy that does free climbing, and there's a bit where they interview his mum, and she's just in ribbons the whole time. I was
Oh
like,
my
he's
God.
ruining. Not that you're doing that, obviously, but your mum go like, "Oh, you're doing a show this week. Oh God."
Yeah, my mum
Let me
doesn't
know when you're
particularly
down.
like. Yeah, she's exactly like that. But to be fair, I've always been a bit nuts, so I think it was kind of just followed suit,
God.
really.
So what did that look
Um,
like growing up when you were nuts? What did you do so I can keep a lookout with my boys?
You're getting a little bit like Kirsten. Pack it in.
Stop it. Rein it in.
Yeah.
So I grew up. What I actually wanted to be was a trapeze artist,
Right.
which
God.
is my background is circusy stuff. So I started doing that when I was about 14. Just
So was that you just going to a circus and going, "Oh, I like the look of that"?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that looks so fun, and absolutely threw myself into doing this trapeze thing. Became my life, and decided when I left school I wanted to join the circus, run away with it.
Oh dear.
And then it was quite funny. I used to live with my grandma, and her neighbour is blind, and she listened to the talking newspaper, as she
Oh
called
yeah,
it.
my auntie used to have that. Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, she heard about this job advert, and she just mentioned it to me. She was like, "Oh, that sounds like something right
For
up
the
your street."
Wingwalker.
Yeah, for the Wingwalker.
Wow.
So I just sent in an application. I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure if you're
Sorry, how
still
old were you
hiring."
at this point? How old were you?
I just turned 19.
Oh my God.
Your mum wanted to kill your neighbour. I know she's
Yeah.
blind, but I'm going to batter her.
Yeah, completely applied on a whim. And it was also one of those things that I was like, that doesn't sound real. Never going to get that. And here I am. My job interview was on the aeroplane.
Whoa. What do you mean? They took you up?
Yeah.
On your interview?
And we'd had terrible snow as well. Because obviously it's a summer job, but they hire in the winter. So I went up, and it was the coldest I've ever been in my life. It felt like I'd eaten 10 ice creams. I had instant brain freeze. And yeah, my flight was only about 2 minutes, but it was the best time ever.
Hang on a minute. Well, you weren't on the wing then, were you? No.
Yeah, I was on the wing.
Yeah, they put her straight on the wing. That's what she's saying.
Yeah,
that was the interview. That
was my job interview.
No, I'm not having that. What?
I walked out of a Burger King interview once, and you were prepared to
Hang on a
carry
minute.
on with
You
the
just
interview.
turned up at this
Yeah,
place.
random
They're the only
airfield.
ones in the country,
Only ones in the world.
in the world.
Yeah.
Were your two cohorts on that? Were they there that day? Did they get it on the same day?
No. So the team, the way it's structured at the moment, we have a Wingwalker, Libby, who used to be one of the Utterly Butterly barnstormers. So back in the noughties, we were.
Pardon. You can't say that like that's a norm. What does they was an utterly butterly barnstormer?
The utterly butterly barnstormers. So over the years, the team's been sponsored by various outlets, and Utterly Butterly was one of them.
What
So
about Utterly Butterly?
I like utterly butterly, and I'm going to buy more of it now.
yeah, exactly.
Who
Yeah.
else has been sponsored?
So Libby used to be a Wingwalker back in the noughties, and she went and then lived her life and did real things for a few years, and now a couple of years ago she came back to the team, and then Emma is actually my best friend from school.
So
I
you got her in? No.
Yeah, I roped her in 3 years ago now, so this is her third
I'm
year
really
on the team.
concerned you're going to rope me in.
Well, I said to Dave,
I'm going to try my best.
I said to David, I was talking to Petra, my wife, who got in contact. I said, is there any way we can contact Kirsten and get her to be quite insistent that David does it?
Oh, I am very insistent.
Yeah, but can we focus on David?
I think
Oh
that
my
it would be
God.
fantastic to get you guys up doing a formation.
Hang on.
I
Wow.
feel so sick. Even the joke of this, honestly, even joking about this makes me go, I'm so panicked. Can you just put anyone up there? Can you just strap them in and
so
flip this?
we have this lovely private World War One airfield, and it's the most fun thing. Or so you can either really treat someone or be really mean to them if they don't particularly like flights. It's a great surprise for that kind of thing. Anyway, you can come and the professional display team, so myself, Emma, Libby, and the professional display pilots, we basically teach you a few tricks, strap you on top of the wing, and anyone can have a go.
Have you taken mates there and just said have a go? Have you taken any friends and for a laugh?
My boyfriend has flown
Poor
on top of the wing.
Yeah, I was about to say he's going. Fucking hell! Yeah, all right. Yeah, go on then.
He's actually.
God, when you met him, when he said, "What would you do?"
Well, he's a pilot himself.
Oh, right. I was just imagining what you said, David. Like, you know, you go and that's so. Who lives at number 13? That's Kirsten. She's a wingwalker. Then there's Pat. He's a butcher. Like, Kirsten, what do you mean? What do you mean she's a wingwalker? Sounds like she's full of it.
Wow. Can you please run us through that first time you did it? Like,
oh yeah.
How were you feeling?
You must be nervous going up.
When I turned up at the airfield, I didn't really know what it was, to be honest. Like they talk about doing your research before you go and do something, but when I say I applied on a whim to this thing,
well, you're 19. You just went head first in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't really feel nervous until I got strapped on top of the wing, and then the girl.
So how do they strap you? So you climb on the wing.
You got to be quite trusting, haven't you?
Wing. Oh yeah, it's really secure though. When you're up there, it feels like you are locked in. You've got 5-point safety harness. When we're actually doing the professional stuff, like climbing around the airplane when it's flying.
You walk around the airplane.
Well, you sort of spin and stuff, don't you? And
we've got like a special harness, but we've got like another cable so we're always attached, and it feels really safe and secure. But honestly, I was absolutely terrified when Emily, the lady at the time, I was replacing her. I was terrified. I've never been so scared in my life. And this lasted for about, 30 seconds till we took off. And as soon as the aircraft left the ground, it was the best feeling I've ever felt.
So you're standing on the wing. It's on the runway. Yeah. Your feet are kind of locked in. Are your arms locked in? What?
No, your feet aren't locked in. You're literally just.
You harness your body or something, aren't you?
Yeah, your body's harnessed. It's kind of like a backrest. But you can move your hands and your feet. Like
David's face, sorry.
I know, it's just so easy to go, you do that and you lock your hands in, you do that. I was like, no, hang on a minute. I'm just imagining standing on that wing.
I'm imagining you having to strap David in and him go, hold on. It's all well and good you saying, I'm just strapping you to that.
Yeah, me. Me. What about you, son?
I'm holding the camera over here.
I'm just trying to get my head around, just going, right, I'm doing it. Okay. And then hearing the engine go. And
yeah, it's cool. The engine as well, it's a beast. It's 450 horsepower radial engine. It's so loud.
Can I ask a question? Sorry. Yeah. So you're there, the engine's going, suddenly you start sort of going down slowly. What if you're like, no, I'm out. Can you stop them at that point? Is there a way of saying...
You can give a thumbs down. That's the only communication you got. Thumbs down.
Would they be like... No, just do it. No, like would that annoy them? If oh God, stop now.
No one ever wants to. No one ever wants to. As soon as they get going, even if
I know the guys that do want to stop, I can predict who they might be.
What?
I'd have a big rubber thumb ready.
Imagine you and me on either wing.
And you'll be saying it'd be good for the pod. It'd be good for the. I don't give a.
I think it'd be great.
Oh my god, I do want to get David up now. So bad.
Okay, whatever.
It's so fun. You won't regret it.
So when you're going along the runway,
Mm-hmm.
does it start getting really? Does it start feeling incredibly fast? And
It doesn't feel that fast actually. It's a really odd feeling. I think it's one of those things, definitely. It's definitely taught me a lot about mindset as well, like how much you build stuff up in your head and it's actually not that bad when you're doing it. Like the takeoff is really gentle. It's almost like a feeling of, oh, I'm flying. And then it's just super exhilarating.
I feel a level of anxiety just you saying that, like it's you're suddenly just flying. But I'm like, well, no.
my question is, why are you the only company that does it? If it's so good.
It's a really, really valid point.
Probably because aviation is, just a bit pricey.
Yeah.
And we have all of the stuff patented as well. Like we have our own rig design and that kind of thing. There's a lot of safety hoops to jump through, which we obviously put so much effort into to let people have so much fun. But yeah.
The question I was going to ask is, I was looking at your first few pictures. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. But because then I realised that the plane was upside down.
Yeah.
And you're hanging underneath it. So I was like, what's going on there? I thought I couldn't really work it out. So what's that like? So you've done your couple of test runs, you're on the team or whatever, and then they go, right, what's that when it turns up that your ass must have gone then. Like you can't. Sorry,
your arse must have gone then. Jesus Christ.
Well, you know what I mean. Like there must have been a point where you go upside down. Okay, that's not right.
I think so. That move is called the crucifix. That's what I'm doing in this picture here.
Right.
And it's a really weird feeling. Quite honestly, it's difficult. To get into that move, we have to spin upside down into the handstand position, first of all. And then the aircraft dives, pulls, and then rolls upside down.
What's pull? Sorry, what do you mean pull? So it dives, the front goes down.
Yeah, so you
you're
dive
under,
to get
is it
speed.
Upside down at this point? Sorry.
No. So it's the right way up.
Yeah.
And then it's going to dive, pull, and roll.
Oh my God. So you've gone down and then up, and then that's what allows you to, Jesus, what?
Yeah. And that is the most difficult part about that move, actually, is just holding this position while the aircraft's doing that, because it's really fast when you're diving. You're pulling G, so you're feeling about 3 times heavier. So you've got to fight that, which is pretty crazy forces on your body. But when you get into it, it's the most surreal thing ever. Like flying along, looking down at your feet and there's nothing underneath is really odd. But it's the most kind of liberating feeling. I think with a lot of the moves, in particular, like when you start to do aerobatics and stuff, like this was a whole new world to me. I've never even been on a small aeroplane. The first time I went in a small aeroplane was on top of the wing. And
so you'd gone on top before you've ever sat in one? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think everything I was going to do, I did feel nervous about doing it for the first time, like because you don't know how it's going to feel. But then when you do it, it's just so reassuring because it is so much fun. Like I'm laughing my head off up there. It's great.
I'm currently watching you now in the video. I can't get my head over it. Round it. I can't get my head around it.
It's just brilliant.
You've got five things attached to the wing that are around your waist, are they?
Yeah, so you've got like the rig is kind of held on by steel cables and they're tensioned.
Yeah.
So that's like held on by like metal bits and then 4 cables. But then you've got a seat belt with 5 points, so around your shoulder, around your waist and a G-strap. And then I've got a waist harness and a cable for climbing around.
How close to you is that propeller?
Our wire is specifically short enough so that we can't touch it. Like
that looks pretty close spinning.
Yeah, you couldn't accidentally fall forward and reach it. But
oh my God, you're going.
It's pretty crazy when it's in front of you.
Yeah. You've definitely got a positive mindset as a person, because you're saying you're saying everything the opposite way I would be saying it. I'd be going, that's effing close, that is.
I love that wingwalkers are really nervous.
I'm really pessimistic. Well, this is all going to go to shit.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't help me if I didn't think about it like that. So.
No.
So I think I just saw then you were flying and another plane went towards you.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't look far away, passing your plane.
So that's the opposition passes, so in the routine, we fly together for a bit in formation, and then we do a B break. So the aircraft come together and then they split. And then we fly towards each other at closing speeds of about 240 miles an hour, which is super cool. And you can actually come and do that as an experience as a member of the public.
So me and Davey could hurtle towards each other.
Yeah, anyone can come and do it.
Wow. Might as well. You only live once. Sat in my office.
Exactly.
I'm suddenly changing my attitude.
Oh my! Yeah, I love the idea of.
What a way to go!
It's brilliant fun, and so it's actually super cool.
I don't feel confident in a cat suit, if I'm honest, or whatever they're called, the jumpsuit.
The lycra. Yeah, it's not exactly warm,
isn't it? Yeah,
so it's quite. I imagine that I wouldn't feel comfortable in it as well.
I think that it would show off all your curves.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. Big old hips on me.
I've got quite a big bum on me.
Well, people are always shocked at the size of my hips.
Imagine you doing some kind of event and everyone's just no one's paying attention to you.
Is that right? Is he hurt? Is he in agony? It shouldn't be that wide for a man. That's tall. It's weird.
Can I ask a silly question, Kirsten?
No silly questions.
Do you feel like a bird up there? Do you feel like a bird as close as you can get to being a bird?
Yeah.
Like squawk noises.
Yeah. I kind of just sit on top of the wings.
Have you ever done that up there? Have you ever gone pretended to be a bird?
I do all sorts on top of the wing. I sing my heart out.
Do you?
Because you can't be heard, I guess, can you? So you can shout anything.
I can't even hear myself. That'd
be amazing. Just scream your head off.
It's really weird feeling. But when we're at the airfield, we can hear people screaming because the pitch is different to the engine. I'm like,
people scream.
Yeah, you can scream all you like, no one can hear you. And then we're sort of on the ground and they're diving, and you can hear people going.
but having never spoken to someone like this, you now know what it's like to be a bird.
Yeah, it genuinely.
You look up in the sky and go, "Oh, look at them darting around." You've done it.
Yeah, I've totally and utterly fallen head over heels for flying. It's just amazing.
Do you do other things fly? Do you fly planes or anything like that as well?
I would love to learn to fly one day. I can't afford to learn to fly. It's super expensive.
Oh, is it?
Very
right.
inaccessible.
How expensive is it?
Really expensive.
Is it?
Well, the lessons are hundreds of pounds then, I take it, or something.
Yeah, it's something like 280 quid an hour down the road from where I am.
Yeah,
so I can't do that on a Wingwalker wage.
Oh, really?
Hang on a minute. You should be paid a big old...
Yeah, well, I'll be sending quite a stern email
talk
after
to my
this.
boss.
Yeah, I will be. He's upside
but if you
down,
say,
mate.
well, I'm walking, he's hardly going to go, well...
What, along the wing?
There's
But I'm super, super privileged to get to fly as part of my job, B, my boyfriend's a pilot, so he takes me flying.
That's
so
it. You'll just go out flying and you'll just pop on the wing.
I won't pop on the wing, but he does own the same kind of aeroplane.
He's
got what plane? Sorry,
he has the same kind of aeroplane, so it's a bit of a busman's holiday, really.
Does he do it for a job as well, or for fun?
It's a hobby at the moment, but he's hoping to become a Wingwalker pilot. At some point, which would be cool.
God, so he could be flying. Imagine you've had a Barney, and he's flying. Oh, gives you a wobble.
Kirsten, now you've sort of met me for 15 minutes, and oh my God, you've got out. Sorry, I'm watching you. You're now just sat on the wing. You're not attached, are you?
I am attached, but just like a little safety one.
Now you've met me for 10 minutes, and you can see that I'd be incredibly nervous. What would my experience be? Could you imagine me having a panic attack and it all being a bit embarrassing?
No, honestly, so we fly like 1,500 people a year at AeroSuperBatics.
What, Wingwalk?
So yeah, we fly people pretty much like 5 days a week. We have people come and fly, do charity events, corporate events. Like, we do loads of public flying. So I've met a lot of people wanting to wingwalk, and there are nervous people. That there's no question about that. You know, you're doing something that it's crazy, it's intense, it's different, it's unique, and people don't know how to react to it because like, how are you supposed to know what it feels like? There's nothing close to it. And so my job is helping people to kind of achieve that dream. We get so many people who've come and they've raised a lot of money for fundraising, and they're like, this is the last thing, I actually have to do it now.
I see, mate. Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
They go up and they just come down. And I would say that, I don't know, the majority of people, I like want to go straight back up. Like, this is my 6th year on the team now, and so I've flown a lot of people, and I've had 4 people tell me that they wouldn't do it again. That's
4. That's
even,
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Out of all of those people, like, it's that good.
You know what I'm thinking, Joe?
People.
What?
Paul Gorton.
Well, get him up there.
Pay for Paul Gorton to do it.
I'd happily do that. Yeah. Do you know what? Absolutely.
If you're listening, Paul.
Paul, you're going up in a plane, mate. I went in a helicopter once, and it was unbelievable.
I wouldn't fancy that.
No, that's what I mean. And I genuinely, it was unbelievable. But it was one of those ones with a glass thing. So it was like the glass, almost like a glass floor, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Ooh. Like the front. Yeah. So I sat in the front, and it was over New York, and it was amazing. But I definitely was like, I'm pleased I've done it, but wow, never again. Like, I was literally going, and he was amazing. He said, "Oh, do you want to go around the Chrysler?" He went around the top of the Chrysler, sort of pointing at it.
That's amazing experience.
It was one of the most amazing things, but it was sort of breathtaking. But I found every second of it sort of petrifying, but an amazing thing to look back on rather than in the moment. You know what I mean? I was like, in the moment, it just felt like so terrifying to me. I don't want to sort of say I'd be number 5, but I genuinely can't imagine coming off that and going, I want to get back up. It seems so, I guess that everyone feels like that, don't they, before they do it?
Yeah, it is weird. Like, I think it's just definitely one of those things you have to get over in your head as soon as you come down and you realise, oh, it's actually just loads of fun. Like, it's just like a crazy roller coaster in the sky, and there's no rails.
Yeah.
But I think also it's very much tailored to what you want. So you do get people who come and they say, I'm really nervous. I really just want to go and look at the views. And where we're based in Cirencester, we are in the heart of the Cotswolds, and it is stunning. It is just so glorious. There's nothing around us. We're in the middle of nowhere. And you've got all of these wonderful fields, and just looking at the views on a sunny day, it's just insane. You can see for 100 miles. It's just ridiculous.
Paul's going to love
people. You get you get people who come and they just want to go and look at the views. You get people who come and they really want to be thrown around. But it's kind of one of those things that different people can enjoy for different reasons. I took we had like a 95-year-old last year.
95.
Yeah, two
95.
Yeah. Like I get 90-year-olds on the regular popping in for a flight. So it's great.
Yeah, but when you get to 95, might as well have a go.
Do you ever have a thing where you see someone walk up and you go, oh, I bet they're going to be, I'll just see the view, and they go, right, do you sometimes go, God, they're not what I was expecting. They want to be flung about, and you can't really
completely. Like you'll get some people and they'll be like white knuckles holding on for the takeoff. And I always say to people, don't hold on for the takeoff because you won't be able to let go if you're really scared.
Hold on, what do you mean? So there's a bar, and once you've held on, you don't want to let go, sort of thing.
So you can hold on to the backrest. You can just grab onto it.
I did one of those cab, where instead of a cab, you get on the back of a bike, and the guy said,
"Oh yeah."
You can either hold the bar behind you or you can put your hands around my waist.
Oh, no,
so you went for the waist.
I went for the waist because I was like, I didn't want to. I wanted, but I was so terrified. But that was terrible. Anyway, sorry.
Not the same thing though.
No, but I want Kirsten to know I've done quite crazy things.
I've noticed.
I tell people like not to hold on, and then you see these people that were absolutely a bag of nerves like 2 minutes ago, and they're just waving like
brilliant,
crazy, and so they'll take off and they'll say, "I really want a slow ride," and you'll look up 2 minutes later and they're doing some ridiculous dive move, like because it's just you get over it pretty quick.
I'd love to turn out to be one of those.
Oh,
spin
God.
me, spin me.
I reckon you would.
So how much is it to have a go?
So it's $399, and our website is gowingwalking.com.
Yeah.
Wonder when Paul can do this.
Yeah,
oh,
so
absolutely.
It's just brilliant. Like I think.
So how long is the circuit while you're up there?
So we kind of have free reign because we've got it's where we're allowed to practice our display. So and we're by ourselves as well. We're not sharing the airfield with anyone else.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, God, yeah. So right, so you're not stupid question. We're not in any sort of flight path or anything. Then you're obviously just
we just have our own space, which is really cool. We're super lucky to have that. But yeah, it's about 10 minutes, which is more than enough.
It sounds a long time.
The formation flight, so if you go up with a partner, that's about 15 minutes. But it's really tiring. It's exhausting up there.
Do you have to have a good core?
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially not for necessarily for the experience, but for the performance side of stuff, we have to be super strong. Yeah. The rig, it's free spinning, so it spins around upside down. But there's moves where we have to hold it on the side, like on the horizontal. So you're holding your core, and obviously you're pulling G as well. So you weigh more. You got a lot of forces on your body. It's pretty crazy.
Kirsten, have you ever had a moment where you thought, "Ooh, something's up here"?
I think that we train so much for all eventualities, so it's not really anything you encounter. When you do encounter something like that, it's just you just put your training into practice. Yeah. And these airplanes, it sounds weird, but they're like it's like a second home to me. I know where everything is on it. Like we train so much that all of the handholds and stuff, it's just autopilot where to put my body.
When you say practice, what's your week then? Do you sort of go, right, obviously you're taking people up and doing corporate stuff, but is there a lot of the time just practicing, and what is that? So on the ground or in the air or?
Usually in like April time. So next month we'll start doing all of our ground training.
Off. Right.
Yeah. So what we do is we formulate the routine. So as a team, we sit down and discuss what we're going to do this year. Because everyone has to be on the same
new routine.
Yeah. And then as the wing walkers, we discuss what we're going to do. Because some moves are really hard to do while the airplanes are doing certain things. So it's all stuff like that you got to work out. And then we spend hours in the hangar basically going through these routines, climbing up and down and up and down and up and down the airplanes, getting used to it. And then you just have to take it to the sky and give it some practice up there. Because we are also experienced now on the team, the wing walkers don't have to practice so much. Like when you first become a wing walker, there's a lot of training you have to go through, like learning to climb up onto the top wing and all the safety signals. But we've all got that down now, so it's kind of refresher stuff. But yeah, just training in the sky then. Practice climb ups. So usually when we're at a show, for instance, if we're on a show over the water like this one, we normally take off from an airport and then we have to climb up.
Oh my God, you have to get there.
Cockpit.
You have to get
we
there.
have to, yeah. So take off in the cockpit
insane.
and then climb up onto the top wing, strap ourselves in.
Well, pardon? What do you mean? You're sat in there and then you climb out?
Well, I've just seen a video where you've climbed down into the cockpit.
Yeah, so we do that at the end of every show anyway for landing.
That seems.
Oh, Joe doesn't like that.
No, I don't like that. I don't know why. I think you should stop doing that.
That's my favourite part.
That.
I love it.
No, I don't like that. I might insist you stop doing that. I feel that's.
Go tell my mum that.
Someone could slip.
Yeah, your bloody neighbour.
You know what she bloody did? She fell as she was climbing back into the cockpit. I told her.
So yeah, we just do lots of training like that, climb ups and stuff.
You flew Elon Musk.
Yeah, I did. I actually wasn't there.
Well, he went on a wing. He went on the wing.
We had his birthday party.
Did you?
Yeah, he came to AeroSuperBatics for his 30th birthday party.
How old is he?
What, in Cirencester?
Yeah.
For his 30th birthday. What, did he have one of the flight? He went on a flight on the wing?
Yeah, everyone went on, all the guests went and did some wing walking. We do like loads of birthday parties, fly loads of really cool people, which is why we'd love to have you guys.
Who? Who have you had? Who have you had on a wing?
Oh,
anyone
loads
we know?
of people.
Is there anyone we
Princes, like.
Is this really? Can you say?
I love that you put us in
film
the
stars.
same.
Film
You
stars.
put us in the same bracket as princes.
Yeah, they flew Prince Fazza in Dubai.
Who?
Prince Fazza, I think, is his name.
Did you say a movie star? Did you have a movie star? Did you say?
Yeah, we've had loads of celebrities. We fly them all the time. Do loads of TV stuff. It's awesome. It's really.
Did anyone
fun.
from Emmerdale?
I don't know that we've got a walk of on the AeroSuperBatics website. We have, or maybe the Go Wingwalking one. We have a walk of fame.
I'd love Paul Gorton to be on that.
Where you can see kind of all the stars that flying.
Sorry, I'm just going to have a quick.
I think it was on there last year. I don't know if it's still on there.
I think it is there. Richard Hammond.
Oh
yeah.
But that doesn't surprise me because he's got that adventurous spirit.
Yeah.
Jamie Redknapp.
Oh yeah, he gave me a kiss on the cheek.
Lovely.
I've had one from him. He does that with everyone, to be fair.
Not everyone. I've seen you ignore people, so you've done well.
Alec Jones.
Alec Jones.
Yes.
He flew singing his hit Walking in the Air.
Yeah, he came and sang.
He swears like a docker in real life. Absolutely potty mouth. Yeah, loved him, but he could not stop swearing.
Blue Peter.
Yeah, we have multiple world records for Blue Peter. They did the shortest baton pass, which this is really cool. So there is a move that we can do called the mirror, which is where one airplane flies upside down on top of the other one, and the girls we can hold hands, But they did a baton pass where we passed a baton from one airplane up to the other, which is really cool. Did that with Blue Peter.
Can I just read out some of the Hall of Fame? Can we have a bit of music, please, James? Yeah. This is amazing.
Start from the beginning because I want to include Hammond and Alan Jones.
I won't read them all, but I'll do a few. Bez from the Happy Monday.
Bez?
With his maracas.
Right, I wouldn't have ever guessed Bez up there.
He's had a few Wingwalks, actually.
Jan Leeming, newsreader. This is brilliant. Mike Bushell, BBC Breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Bear Grylls, adventurer.
He did it in his pants.
Did
Michael Sleggs
well,
from this
hold
country.
on, David. Do you hear that?
What?
He did it in his pants, Bear Grylls. Because he just had to be a little bit different.
Did you go rain it in? Rain it in, Grills.
Right, I'm going to do my new.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to have layers on.
Roy Castle, Record Breakers.
Oh, of course they must have done a record.
Wow. Rick Parfitt, Status Quo.
Oh, yeah. Imagine what his hair was.
Francis Rossi, Status Quo.
Because he'd done it, he had to do it.
Lorraine Chase, actress.
Brilliant.
Chris Akabusi.
Sure.
Jeremy Guscott.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Richard Hammond.
You doing Paul dramatic pauses or are you looking for good ones?
Cheryl Baker.
I would have guessed Cheryl.
And Elon Musk. There's many, many more.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd love to add you guys to the list.
I'd love to add David
Joe.
to the list. No,
that's like one of those things.
Let's toss a coin.
No, I'm not tossing a coin.
Well, see, I'm up for tossing a coin.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do it even if it landed on your side.
This is like better than the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This is like being on the AeroSuperBatics website is next level.
Well, why don't we do whoever lives nearest goes and does it? Who lives nearest to Stroud? I don't know. I'll probably Brian.
Well, it'll be me, won't it?
I don't know. Well,
it will be me.
Stroud.
Wait, it's Cirencester.
Oh, Cirencester.
I'm South Devon.
Right, Cirencester to David's house.
Well, you know it's me.
No, I don't know. I don't.
Well, you've got a good. That's why you came up. Oh, who lives nearest? Because you knew it would be me.
It's in concrete now. So you are. Oh no. It might. Okay, it's a bad idea. It might be Brian. It's 143 miles to you,
right.
And oh no, what did I say? 143. This is bad. Oh my God!
What?
It's Brighton by 0.6.
Sod you do it.
0.6 miles.
By 6 miles?
Well, no, by 0.6 of a mile.
You get on that wing.
I can't believe it.
Get up there now.
It's a stupid idea. You can't decide it like that.
Oh, wow. God, I'd love... Look, if we don't,
Paul.
We won't. We have a regular come on, Paul. I'll be amazed if Paul doesn't do it.
Oh, yeah, he's got it.
And we can come along and watch Paul do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be so good to have you guys.
Yeah.
We've got like a lovely, like where we are, because it's the World War One, we have like the original officers' mess. And then like a little paddock area with like picnics. And we literally fly right in front of you.
Oh,
like,
I'd love to do this.
It's like your own personal display. It's really cool.
Oh, right. Can we really do this? Please.
There's nothing better on a nice summer's day.
Oh my God.
Sitting out and watching the fire.
I cannot wait to watch Paul Gorton get on a plane while I'm I just heard Petra laughing. She heard it. She heard it.
And then do a podcast episode dissecting it for 4 months.
We do a before and after how he is. Then directly before, directly after, because it'd be good to see if he is one of the many that wants to go back up, or whether he's
he'll be flying the bloody thing.
He'll want a pod while he's doing it. That's the trouble.
Oh, that would be amazing if we could sort that.
Yeah, let's do it.
I feel like we should ask him on a pod Just to see if quickly get them up. I'm sorry, Kirsten, we're doing logistics now. So.
We're doing podcast admin in front of you.
Well, thank you for talking.
Thank you so much for
this has
coming
been brilliant.
Okay.
I'm baffled by all of it. It's amazing.
Sorry, just a quickie, because I kept thinking, what do you do in the winter then, if this is a summer?
So I go back to being a trapeze teacher. I've been teaching at a little circus, which has been really lovely, teaching kids. And that's one of my favourite things about my job is sort of showing kids that you can do anything, no matter how crazy you think it is. Like
lovely.
I felt so underconfident when I applied to this job. I thought there's no way I'd ever get that. I'm not a dancer. I'm never had anything like that. And it was a real boost in my confidence that if you put your mind to something, you can really do it. And you never know. I mean, I've been all over the world with this. I've been to Mongolia. Like it's just insane. The opportunities that you can get from just pushing yourself a little bit more, like applying for something that's a bit out there, a bit crazy, and sort of sharing that message with little kids is just it's great.
Do you do that in Cirencester? You do the trapeze classes?
I do that in Stroud. So
you do it in Stroud, right?
Yeah, I go back home and do it in Stroud. But it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Showing these kids that you can do whatever you want, even if everyone says that's nuts. Just do it, because it's great fun. I'm so privileged. Every day I wake up and I go to work and I love my job. And to be able to say that I love what I do, I don't feel like I work. I just spend my time laughing with my friends and flying, and it's just the best.
Amazing.
So,
Oh, it's so cool.
Thank you so much for coming on. Love that. I'd love to stay in contact and sort something out.
We're going to come off and watch our friend loop to loop.
Yes.
Faster,
you can do loop the loops as well on the second go. So just get in touch. Go Wingwalking.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, brilliant.
Cannot wait for it. Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
brilliant
guys.
fun. Thanks
Lovely
for
to speak to you.
Lovely to meet you.
And you.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.